Welcome, everybody, to our exciting new podcast called Talking Lakers. My name is Joe Susie, and I'll be your MC. Talking Lakers is this brand new podcast coming out of the library on the campus of Lake Superior State University. Our new podcast is by Laker fans for Laker fans to celebrate Laker athletics, our student athletes, and the coaches who make it special. Our podcast is very simple. We're going to have 3 segments. The first segment will be a week in review, where we can examine what types of things have happened in Laker athletics. Our second segment will be an interview with one of our intercollegiate athletic coaches. And our third interview will be an interview with one of our intercollegiate student athletes. Again, our podcast is brought to you by the LSSU Library, and it's being filmed on location in beautiful Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, in the LakerCast studio. We'll be right back with Mr. Mark Boucher with our week in review. And now, a word from our sponsor.
Kinesiology, we're here to pump you up! Kinesiology is on the move!
Welcome back. I'm Mark Boucher, host of Talkin Lakers with your week in review. Volleyball now has a 2-5 conference record in the GLIAC after 3 competitive losses this week. Earlier in the season, Emily Kalinowski won back-to-back GLIAC Setter of the Week awards after victories against Saginaw Valley State and Wayne State. She is now the 5th all-time leading setter in Laker volleyball history. The team didn't get the results they were hoping for this past weekend, but still showed tremendous Laker spirit in their losses against Northern, Tech, and Ferris. In tennis, the women competed at the 2023 ITA Midwest Regional at UIndy, where Taylor Brugier and Trinity Lee both got singles wins. Trinity was seeded 6th overall in the women's singles Flight B bracket as a true freshman. Martina Oviedo and Julia Fraile-Raton made it all the way to the doubles Flight C consolation final. The men's team competed at the 2023 ITA Midwest Regional in Grand Rapids. Jordi Fraile-Raton and Max Heyman reached the doubles Flight B quarterfinals. Yuke Limongi Allers and Raul Velasco Garcia reached the singles Flight A consolation quarterfinals. Freshman Driss Sidrati reached the singles Flight B consolation quarterfinals. Good job. In golf, the men's team competed at their first tournament to the fall season at the B&R Investments Bulldog Classic hosted by Fair State. Sophomore Charlie Steffen and true freshman Jackson Thieler tied for the top marks after 3 rounds among their teammates with a 3-round total of 244 strokes. The women's team also got their fall season started in 2 rounds at the 14th annual Builders Club Laker Fall Invite, hosted by GVSU, before immediately traveling to Ferris State for the Lady Bulldog Fall Invite, which is where they're playing as we record this. True freshman Kira Cotter had the top performance among her teammates with a total of 169 strokes after 2 rounds. The cross-country teams opened up their 2020 seasons with a pair of meets at Michigan Tech and Northwood, and they recently competed at the Cardinal Classic at Saginaw Valley. Ethan Hazel had the top mark for the women's team at all cross-country. The cross-country teams opened up their 2023 seasons with a pair of meets at Michigan Tech and Northwood, and they recently competed at the Cardinal Classic at Saginaw Valley. Ethan Hazel had the top mark for the men's team at all 3 events, and his brother Aaron Hazel placed second among his teammates in all races. For the women, Sydney Kapuscinski had the top placement among her teammates at all 3 events so far this season. Several Lakers were making their collegiate debuts at the Michigan Tech event, But perhaps the most notable were the performances of true freshmen Nora Smooth and Julie Sheehy, who finished 15th and 16th overall, respectively. Upcoming for this next weekend, Laker Volleyball now prepares to host Wayne State and Davenport this upcoming weekend, with Friday's contest being a pink out in recognition of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The Saturday event featured a family battle with LSSU's Emily Kalinowski's sister, Stephanie, coming as part of the Davenport team. Looking forward to seeing another big out at the Bud Cooper Gymnasium this weekend to cheer on our Lakers. Remember, Friday, October 6th at 6 against Wayne State, it's the pink out. Saturday the 7th against Davenport, and that's where we can root on Emily to beat her sister Stephanie against Davenport. Laker hockey starts their season this weekend with games against Michigan State on Saturday and Sunday, both starting at 4 p.m. If you can't go in person, the games will be streamed live on Big Ten Plus. Lake Golf is playing at the Lawrence Tech Blue Devil Classic in West Branch Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday. Go Lakers. We'll be right back with an interview with women's basketball head coach Brandon Lockett. Now, a message from our sponsor.
Math. It's more than just your gen ed requirement. In math classes, you can do cool things with birthdays, like try to figure out how many people you need in a room to have a better than 50% chance that 2 people would have the same birthday. Hint, it's less than you think. So come take a gen ed math class and learn cool things like this and other neat problems besides just figure out what the variable x is.
Welcome back to Talking Lakers. We're ready to start meeting our first guest, women's basketball coach Brandon Lockett. And thanks for being the first guest on our new show. Hopefully you're excited
I feel privileged. First guest. I mean, this is a big deal. I know you've been talking about this for a while. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, it has actually been over a year we've been talking about this. And
it's been in the making.
Yeah. So thanks
Kicking it off,
for being willing to step
up sure.
and do that. And thank you, Joe, for being the MC over there.
Thanks for having me. I enjoy being here.
All right. See, Laker family, it's all a team. All right. So, Coach, I'd like to start off with, some of the exciting things. And I know that, we have last year's freshman GLIAC Player of the Year, Grace Bradford, coming back.
Yeah.
Tell us about some of the other players that are coming back and things that we can look forward to in this season's team.
Yeah, well, obviously Grace is a big part of what's coming back, had a great season, but, we bring back a lot of things we're excited about. CC Hacker led the conference in three-point shooting percentage, and we got some other core members that just have a lot of minutes, a lot of experience under their belt that we can lean on and just let them kind of be the rock out there for us. And then we bring in a great group of young players between transfers and freshmen that just add a lot of depth and size and talent. So it's just an exciting group. It's been so much fun to be around them these first couple weeks. And we're in the month of the season now. Like, it's coming. So. All
right. So would you mind sharing for those who didn't see Grace play last year, and that's a mistake. Tell us, how did she what did she do in order to win that freshman player of the year?
Rebound. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Yeah. So in conference she averaged a double-double, and so there's only 2 people that did that. Her and then our senior Madison Raymond, and I mean she rebound the basketball, and just that athleticism just was on display, soaring for rebounds, running the floor. She could really shoot it. I mean, she stepped in and had to play big minutes right away, and never really wavered in it, never backed down. So I was really impressed. That says a lot about being a freshman to be able to do that. So
just show her how to use the elbows to make room there.
I didn't have to. It's a skill she's got.
All right. Hey, that's great. All right. So tell us a little bit about your biggest rivalry that your team has.
To me, it is no doubt the UP schools. So it's not one, it's 2. It's Northern and Tech, and there's something different about when you go in the gym, playing a UP school. And I mean, most of our team is from downstate or in the Midwest, maybe their first time in the UP, but it does not take long to be in that gym and just feel the difference. There's a different energy in those games, and it's just that, I guess, geographical rivalry, whatever it is, but you want those ones a little extra.
Yeah.
You do.
So I need you to promise me you guys are going to get some of those wins this year, because I'm all for those rivalries.
Yeah,
I want you to take down Tech, and I want you to take out Northern.
And we're going to do our best. That's our goal. That's our goal.
All right, that's good. So tell me a little bit more about the rivalry. Is there like a history of like hijinks or things that you can say on air
Sure,
that kind of exemplify what that rivalry is, things that you've done to them, or just reasons why you really want to beat them, or what?
Right. No, I don't know that there's a lot, but the one thing that I still have never figured out is when we play at Tech, every halftime we come out of the locker room and their pep band, they have a great pep band. Their pep band has put Snapples on all of our chairs.
Okay.
And there's no sign, there's no definition why, so we just scoop them up and they make a great post-game drink with our food, but I genuinely don't know, and I've never been able to get an answer, so that is just something, from my understanding, they only do to our team, so it is, it's about the weirdest thing, but I mean, other than that, it's that intensity, there's probably some gamesmanship along the way, but yeah, those are just special rivalries.
So if somebody was to bring a bunch of Snapples to the game when they play here, and I went out during halftime and put them on there, you guys think that'd be a good,
I'd be very interested. I think they might wonder what's going on themselves.
I love it. I love it.
I'll know if I see them. If I see them, I'll know who did it.
Yeah, okay. All right. So, just tell us about your path, right? So, you are a Laker yourself. You are an alum.
Yeah. Yep.
Tell us how you ended up becoming, the head women's basketball coach here at Lake State, your alma mater, and maybe a bit about, your own athletic prowess when you were here as a Laker.
Well, it's a story most people probably don't know and would be surprised, but I did not play here. I had that realization in high school that the athleticism was hitting its peak, but I loved the game and I wanted to coach. So I followed a high school teammate up here, got involved as a student manager, and this place has been unbelievable to me. The family, the relationships we've built, and I had a great mentor and Coach Headinga with the men's program. Spent a lot of time with him and just got an opportunity to do this, and could have ever imagined for a better place to get to coach than at your alma mater. It adds a little extra something special, and so it's been an awesome journey.
Well, I think so. You weren't even a college basketball player.
No.
So did you try out?
I do think there was a time I was like, let me try out, and I hit a three and maybe thought it was cool, but no, there was no. I couldn't keep up with the speed, but it's definitely something I've been passionate about, and it's been great.
And my guess is your eligibility is over, so you
I don't think I could do it now.
Yeah.
That'd be the reason, though, for sure.
But you've got the smarts now, right? All the X's and
the
O's.
angles.
Oh,
yeah.
Elbows, you look, yeah. Okay. All right. So, tell us, why should we as Laker fans, be, excited about watching your team play this upcoming season?
I think it's just the energy and the passion that you'll feel in the gym. I mean, this group has been enjoyable since day one. We're morning practices, and they can be pretty early, and they come in and have an enthusiasm about them. They love each other. They play great team basketball, share the ball, compete. I think it's just a brand of basketball. You'll know when you walk in the gym to watch us play, win or lose, we're laying it all on the line. And I think you can get behind a team like that, and it can be really enjoyable. So I think that's what I'd be excited about if I was a fan, for sure.
Right on. And speaking as a fan, I can tell you it is a blast watching his team play.
Thank you. Thank you.
I really want to encourage you to, stop out, join the Laker family, and it's a lot of fun.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
So Mark, Coach, before we go, I noticed that there's a trophy right here in front of us. And usually, right, all of our athletic teams, right, they're playing for conference wins. This and that. But I see that it's busted a little bit. I don't know. This trophy to us.
It's busted for moments
Wait. This is a fantastic university. Is it broken? Or is it partially disassembled? Okay, all right, guys.
Well, no, our team has done really well in the classroom. So this award is for the athletic department with the team with the highest team GPA. And so 2 years running now, our women's basketball program has taken home the award. And the first year we won it, thank you. Last year, the girls, unbelievable job. They worked so hard in the classroom. Team GPA 3.7 last year. So they put in so much time both on the court and in the classroom.
And in the library?
Yes, here at the great library. But no, when we won the award, they went up. They were honored. They took their picture, and then we left it up there for the rest of the award ceremony. And it got bumped off the table by another athlete celebrating their award, and it broke. But I can leave it broke so that we can have conversations like this about it. So.
Are you pretty sure that the other athlete wasn't just jealous they weren't the award winner?
They might have been.
Yeah.
They might have been. It's a special award.
Wow. So that is a really great award to be proud of.
Yeah, they work really hard for that. I
Athletes.
can't tell you how proud we are as a staff of the girls for doing that. So.
Wow. Okay. Well, hey, Coach, I want to thank you for being our first ever guest here on Talkin' Lakers. Want to wish you guys a wonderful season, and I look forward to seeing you at the games, seeing the audience at the games, and thanks again.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Right on.
Go Blue. Go Blue.
Philosophy exposes you to the greatest thinkers who have ever lived from all sorts of different cultures, all different time periods, facing circumstances different than the ones we're facing, but also very similar. It allows you to find your place amidst that conversation with the greatest thinkers and with each other as we're all exploring these ideas together. And finally, and I think most importantly, it allows you to live comfortably amongst people who hold different views from your own. That's why I would recommend philosophy. Philosophy. Exercise your mind.
And welcome back to Talking Lakers. I'm Mark Boucher, and now we have student athletes on our first ever show. We have Allie Lasley and Jordan Haller from the women's volleyball team. And I want to thank you for joining us here on Talking Lakers. And I'd like to start out. Allie, you are what's called a libero. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Could you tell us what the heck a libero is?
Yeah, so a libero is, they primarily are in the back row, and they control kind of the defense, serve, receive, anything that happens to come to the back row. That is what I specialize in. And whether it's covering our hitters when they're attacking, calling out seams for them to hit, just being back there as a loud vocal voice.
So, you're the one who's wearing like a different kind of uniform, right? Like,
Yes.
yeah. And you're the one flying all over the place, right? Like, no offense, DS players.
She's my boss.
Oh,
She's my boss in the back row.
This is true.
okay,
Yep.
right on. Okay, so, do you guys ever really hurt your thumbs? Because I'm thinking, you guys take the most wicked hits, and you're always doing these bumps. And maybe what you're going to tell me, Mark, I'm not hitting it off my thumbs. I'm hitting it off of somewhere else. Or are there really broken fingers in there?
Well, you were right. We do hit it somewhere else.
Oh,
it's
you
all
do?
for our
Okay,
base.
okay, all right.
Thumbs aren't really involved in the passing.
Okay, well, I guess that's good to know. So, Jordan, you are not a libero.
Nope.
You're a DS?
Yes.
Can you tell us what a DS is?
Yeah, so a DS stands for Defensive Specialist.
Okay.
So she is my boss, like I said, but I go in the back row for one of the hitters.
Okay.
Not that they're not good enough to be in the back row, but just to give them a little break. When they go around to serve, I sub in for them and play 3 rotations. And like she said, I kind of have the same job as her. I'm talking, I'm serve receiving, covering for people, and playing defense.
Okay, so that was a lot of technical stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to kind of dumb it down for me.
Okay.
And what I thought I heard you say in there is you don't necessarily get to ever spike the ball, do you?
On occasion, I do, yes. I can hit from the back row if I want to. Most of the time, it is if we have a bad pass off the start or if one of the hitters need a break.
Okay.
Then I'll try to swing and get a point for them.
Okay.
Mix up the defense on the
Allie,
other
how about
side.
You have like you ever spiked the ball?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I have.
So it's all
yeah.
It's all
Passing,
Yeah,
yes.
it's all- okay.
Liberos can't hit out of the back row.
Is that a rule?
It is a rule. I can't cross the plane of the net, so I can't jump from the back row.
When did this rule come into effect? When I was in high school, 6 players, we all just rotated. We all wore the same jerseys, and anybody could hit the ball over. So is this a new rule, or, well, new? I've been alive probably twice as long as you've been alive, so as far as you know, it's always been that rule.
Right, that's always been the case.
Joe, off stage here, what do you know about that? Has that always been a rule? You're as old as me.
Yes, no, that's always been a rule. As Ali said, they can't break the plane of the net, and so you don't see them jump. Now she can stand flat-footed and hit the ball over, but she can't jump and hit the ball.
Wow. And then Jordan, you were saying that you sub in for people. Allie, I'm assuming you also sub in for people, right? Because there's 6 things, and is there always one person subbing out?
So it's a different type of sub-in. For liberos, Jordan will go in front of the 10-foot line and switch, and then they'll do like a change-up of numbers. So like she's going in for number 11, for example. But a libero is going to go behind the 10-foot line, and I can just run in for our middle blockers instead of waiting for a substitution. So once our middle blockers rotate, then I can run in and stay for them.
Okay.
And it kind of works that way. So it's just on our own accord that we go in and out.
What I think I need you guys to do sometime is come up to this studio, and we're going to work on the light board. You guys are going to diagram some of these transitions so that, fans in the audience, I'm sure I'm not the only one that doesn't really understand how the substitutions work. It's just too fast. You guys are doing too much. There's too much energy there. Okay. So do either of you ever get to serve?
Yes, we both get to
Yep.
serve.
Oh, you do?
actually.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to share with you something that I think is really special that sets volleyball, maybe just women's volleyball, or maybe it's just Laker volleyball, apart from every other sport that I see. And it's one of the reasons why I absolutely love going to the games. I see the entire team standing there cheering the whole time. You guys are always positive. Even the players who may not get in the game, they are just jacked about supporting what you guys are doing on court, and it's infectious as a fan. And I'm wondering if you can speak to that. Is that how all the teams are? Is that something special for women's volleyball? Is that person the last person on the bench? And I'm sure they're awesome too, but that person who may not be playing, are they just faking it so that they, hopefully, coach sees me do that so they put me in the game, or are they really that jacked up about supporting all the players? Because it is a magical thing to see.
It is. It's a good feeling too. I think that is what sets volleyball apart from the rest is it's not fake. It is all very genuine. And even if it's a timeout or anything, everybody kind of comes together as one, and there's no separation. I mean, we're all there for each other, which is awesome, and Jordan can attest to that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love seeing that. Keep that going. Fans, come out and see the games and see for yourself. I'm not kidding you. Okay, so, Jordan, I learned you're from the Sioux.
Yes, I am.
So, did you go to Sioux High?
I did go to Sioux High.
And did you have any spectacular coaches while you're there?
I did have a lot of spectacular coaches. My favorite, 2 favorites actually, was Lisa Moran and Skeeter. Skeeter actually played here, and so she brought a lot of infectious energy always to our practices, and she was just a great human being.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
So what year in school are both of you guys?
Juniors.
Both of you are juniors?
Yes.
Okay, so we are able to look forward to your senior leadership next year as well. So not only can we come out and see you guys play this year, but next year, unless, of course, you go pro or something.
Right.
Yeah, okay. So we've heard a lot about what you do on the court. Share with us a little bit about what it's like to be a student athlete. You know, how do you balance, you know, going to school full time, you know, getting grades, studying, taking the exams, and practicing for, you know, a varsity sport where you're traveling, you're playing games basically every weekend, aren't you?
Yes.
So, how do you do it?
Well, we are both very organized people, and it helps that all of us are very like schedule oriented, you know. So right when we come back from class, like we have a to-do list. We know what we're going to accomplish for the day, whether that's prior to practice, afterwards. Just very time oriented and knowing what you've got to do for the day.
Okay. Jordan, do you want to add to that, or?
Yeah, we are very organized. I also think it's important to like do things outside of volleyball with each other. So when we get back from like a tournament or a couple games, whether we won or lost, just like spending quality time together and making memories that way.
Right on. Okay. Let's see. We have a big weekend coming up with 2 home games, right? Friday night, or is it Friday afternoon? What time is the game?
Friday night at 7.
Yes.
At 7. Yep. And that is the Pink Out, is it? Yeah, it's to support breast cancer awareness.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, so we want everyone to show up wearing pink, cheer the team on, and then who is the game against on Friday, though? Friday is
Wayne State.
Wayne State.
Yes.
And then Saturday, Davenport, not pink in the Bud Cooper Gymnasium, but if you want to wear pink, go for it. But Saturday's game is special. Well, they're all special, but Saturday we're playing Davenport, right?
Yes.
And one of your star players, Emily, has her sister on the Davenport team, right?
Yes.
So does that kind of maybe give you guys a special edge to like dominate Davenport even more than you dominate some of these other teams so you can help Emily? Or is Emily just going to take care of that all by herself? Like, or does it not matter to you that this is a family affair?
No, I think it matters.
Yeah?
She's way more competitive when she's going against her sister. So then she gets everyone else riled up and we're ready to beat her sister.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. So, something that I'm going to throw out there, I have 2 challenges for your team, okay? First one is, you'll notice this trophy right here. This is the trophy that goes each year to the athletic team with the highest grade point. And as we know from our last segment, women's basketball has had that trophy 2 years running. So I'm going to issue you the challenge of, can women's volleyball do what it takes to get that trophy back in the volleyball, locker room? You guys going to do that?
Yep, bring it on.
Absolutely.
Okay, then we look forward to seeing you in the library, studying, doing all those things.
Yeah.
Going to tutors. All right. Okay. Then, let's see. The other challenge is, as we look to continue to build campus culture across the entire campus, what do you guys think about, after your season's over, maybe having a exhibition against faculty and staff? Your team playing faculty and staff in Bud Cooper. We have the whole campus come out, or at least all of those folks who want to see that. And I can't imagine anyone wouldn't want to see that. And you guys get to show your total domination over faculty and staff in front of the whole campus. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea.
It'd be a blast.
Yeah.
You're going to have to show me some of the substitution rules, or we can play the substitution rules we had when I was in high school. We're just going to take 6 people and rotate them around. You guys do your libero thing, but that means you can't jump and hit, whereas I can't, because that's not a rule for us. Okay? So, Allie and Jordan, I really want to thank you guys for being the first student-athlete guests, here on Talkin' Lakers. And I wish you fantastic rest of the season, and I look forward to everybody, showing up and supporting your team for the rest of the year.
Thank you.
All right.